Well, hey guys, it's 7Demo7, and this is what I'm gonna call the good quad with a very funny name. This is the Pterosauria, which is a very strange name, but this is a beginner quad. It takes video, and it has a little screen on the remote, and it's quite good. It actually has an altitude hold that works really well. It's a lightweight quad that really does a lot of good things here. So let's just go ahead and take this guy out of the package and take a look at what's going on here. First thing to point out is it's a really good looking quad. I really like the way it looks. It reminds me a little bit of the Parrot drone that came out just recently. Of course, the Parrot's a little bit of a higher end quad. It's definitely more expensive. But it was reminiscent of the Parrot drone. This one has brushed motors. It's very lightweight. The plastic is very thin and but quite strong. It doesn't have a whole lot of mass to the whole thing, so I should weigh this at some point and tell you guys how much it weighs. And it's got this little camera on the front, and hooray, the camera is tiltable. It can either point down, which is what they normally do, or it can point straight up. And I would actually like it if the camera actually was able to tilt it up so you could actually get some fast forward motion going while you're flying this. But that's not really what this quad is about. It's mainly for taking video. It's very stable for what it is. I was quite shocked at the flight performance. So just looking around at the quad here, comes with a 4 GB micro SD card, has the on-off switch here, and a battery compartment at the very bottom. Okay guys, this is one of the minor annoyances of this quad, is this tiny little screw that they use to secure the battery hatch. Now you don't actually have to use this screw because it stays closed without it, but I could imagine trying to be out in the field and trying to get that thing in there and dropping it in the grass and never finding it again. So it's not really even necessary to have it there. It'd be nice if they had a little closing latch to keep the lid closed, but this here's the battery. It is 350 milliamp, 25C, 7.4 volts. Interesting pack because it has no balance lead, but the balance charger, or the charger it comes with, charges both cells at the same time. Maybe it has an internal balancer. Okay, into some of the accessories that come in the kit. Of course, it has some blade protectors, which are very nice in case you're a beginner. And also some landing gear. I don't tend to like landing gear, so I'm going to leave that off of my copter. But it's there in case you need it, and it is very functional. And of course they give you the little screws to hold everything in. Which brings us to the accessory pack. Now you're going to have 2 chargers inside this pack. This one here is for the remote, which is nice that they have a LiPo for that. And a couple of extra propellers, which is really nice. Small screwdriver in case you have to replace a propeller. And here's the second battery charger, and this is for the main battery. A USB card reader and a small 4 GB card for recording your flights. Really nice that they included that. So these are some little caps that you can put on the end of the propellers. They're really not necessary. It just makes your copter look a little bit cooler and cleaner, so I went ahead and put them on. Alright guys, so on to the transmitter. It's just a basic transmitter. Now the video transmitter portion of it and the control portion are pretty much separated. There's no menu functions or anything like that. The buttons on the front are for changing the brightness of the screen and the contrast, and also starting and stopping your video, and also taking a photograph as well. Here we are into the battery compartment with the small LiPo battery that you just plug right in and snap the cover back down on top. Okay guys, so we're going to take you through the arming procedure. Basically you're going to turn on the quadcopter and turn on your transmitter as well. And once you do that, you're going to raise the throttle to the maximum position and then the minimum position, and it will get a little bit of a beep. And to arm, you're going to put both of the sticks down and in, or down to the left. I don't remember off the top of my head here, but you'll see the prop spin up, and once they're up, then you do your takeoff, and to land you can put the stick completely down, which will stop the props. There is also an emergency stop by pressing the 2 finger toggles on the back side of the transmitter, and also auto land and also auto takeoff as well. And here I am making some crazy faces at the camera just so you guys can see what the camera looks like. I'll be running some video here in just a second of it flying and also some video from the copter. So like I said, this is just a quick overview, not a serious in-depth look at this quad quite yet. Okay, here's my son, Aiden, and here is the Gteng. It's doing a great job. It is really stable and very easy to fly. Okay, so hit the down button and go ahead and land it, Aiden. Bring it back and then let. That's auto land. Aiden, what do you think?
Great.
Great. Don't hit the tree.
Well?
Yeah, pretty good.
Not really. Did you see that extra?
It's okay. We can. I'll watch out for it, Aiden. Did you do that? Okay guys, so you saw my son flying it around a little bit. Here he is flying it here. It's, you know, he's a little bit jerkier on the sticks than I am, although I kind of fly it the same way. But all of these pinhole cameras, they tend to be a little bit of the same quality. This one's higher quality than the ones I've seen on some of the micro drones, which is really nice. This one's 720, which is much higher quality than most that I've seen. One thing that these cameras suffer from is motion blur. This is me flying it now. I'm kind of zipping it around. You'll see as soon as they make any rapid movements, you definitely get a lot of blurring, which is typical for these type of cameras, like I said. So, you know, this is a great beginner's quad because it's just so unbelievably stable. Here I'm doing a little panning shot here. We had a little bit of the wind in the backyard, so it wasn't the most stable, but here again you'll see some of the dynamic range, how the screen kind of goes black here and then back to color again, and that's pretty much understandable for this type of camera. But all in all, this is a really great little drone. It's so stable to fly. As you guys could see, my son was flying it around, no problems. Having the altitude hold really helps for beginners because it's one less thing for them to think about. Now this drone, and I'll be featuring some video coming up very soon on my channel. I'll have some pictures from this drone when you get it up a little higher, because the field of view of this camera is quite narrow. I'm going to say it's maybe about 50 degrees or so, and what I'm talking about is the width of the view of the camera. It's not like a GoPro with a fisheye view. So when you get this quad up a little bit higher, it's going to take much better video. It's going to look more stable and everything. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will talk to you guys on the next one.